So I'd like to be fully transparent with everybody out there listening in their cars, at home, maybe even watching on YouTube. Hello, everybody. A lot of people have recently been coming at my neck.
Yeah.
Because the way I do my cold openings is usually coming at your neck.
Yeah.
So they're always like, there's a petition currently out there amongst the people in our YouTube comments and just people like in my comments on my videos being like, let Danny do the cold opening. So I'd like to come out and say, I offered Danny to do the cold opening this week. I was like, Daniel, everybody wants you to do the cold opening. They're upset that they're getting upset that I make fun of you. They're hurt over your feelings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys need to realize me and Danny have a very jocular relationship. We shoot the shit.
We are.
We make fun of each other. We commission art of each other with pointy elbows. It's just what we do. So I'm like, Danny, you know what? I'm going to give you like the British in the Revolutionary War. They're like, you take the first shot.
Yeah.
You're the smaller army.
Yeah.
I was like, you take the first shot. And you know what you said? What did you say? You want to tell everybody?
And I said, no, Nick, like the little British dandy that I am.
Yeah, his word for word was, if you're the tennis player, I'm the wall.
Yeah.
And
it does sound a lot more intimidating that way.
Not a reference anyone has ever made, ever.
Here's the thing. When I love the idea of doing the cold open, if inspiration ever strikes, I'll do it. But you sitting down and being like, you're doing the cold open today.
Not inspiration.
Okay.
It's not gonna happen.
Today we're gonna talk about anime. Nick, what do you like anime, Nick?
His initial thing was like, what if I just jumped directly into anime? I was like, no, Danny.
Yeah,
the
that's
people
not a
don't
cold
come
open.
to this podcast for anime. There's thousands of podcasts that talk about anime.
Here's my issue with your cold opens. It's that you do them as if like you're breaking the news that I'm ugly. Like you're like Nick Connor here, first on the scene, and Danny Motta has wig arms. Back to you, Danny.
We got Rebecca in studio reporting on Danny Motta. He's shaved off the wig arms. He's a solid 6 now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Like
you're the stock market numbers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like you're a Wall Street analyst.
It's time to buy on Danny.
Yeah, buy arm right now while it's shaved.
So you know what's funny is this is still in the works. We haven't signed a contract on this yet, but me and Danny did get an offer for our first sponsor.
Please be a razor.
I shit you not, it's a razor company.
Let's go! Let's go!
I'm gonna themselves.
I'm gonna be their goddamn mascot.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be on billboards.
Now we need
before and after. Yeah.
So we probably have a week or two until we get the ad coming through.
Grow this one.
I was gonna say we should get the hair going out a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll do like an ad segment where we just scrape you clean, just like 3 unfiltered minutes of just like you getting scraped.
Or we go for my legs. My legs are still unshaven.
Somebody took a shot at you on TikTok. You were just like, so me, Stank, who is our wonderful, wonderful editor, and Danny have a group chat, kind of where we just like send things about the podcast.
Well, we chat in a group, if you will.
Yeah, like there's 3 of us, and we're all in the same text message. You get it. And so we posted a TikTok recently of me and Daniel doing the Chica dance, which if you haven't seen, please don't.
Yeah, continue not doing that.
Yeah, but if you haven't seen it, it's available on our TikTok. So if you're not following our TikTok yet, Otakus Anonymous on TikTok. It's not that hard to find. But so me and Danny both popped into my cosplays, one of which is Sailor Moon. I was Sailor Moon, and he was Esdeath, which is kind of a deep cut. Kind of hard to read on Daniel's body.
I felt and looked great though.
You did, and Sarah liked look on you too.
Yeah,
boy, didn't you didn't have your boots.
I know there's a lot missing. I'll bring the boots for sure at some point. Yeah.
And so everyone's like, "Oh, Danny." So there's one comment that everyone's like, "I love you guys. This is adorable. Nick, where'd you get these cosplays? Just nice stuff."
Yeah.
Like, which I didn't expect. I expected a bunch of people to be like, "That's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen." One person was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "Too old."
I did see that.
Yeah, I was like too old for this.
He took a big look in the mirror and then typed it. Like
smoking a cigarette, like out the window, just like too old for this.
That's it, like immediately after done recording that too. You were like we do the Chica dance and you do the little like hands in the air, and then I'm like, all right, good. And you're like, all right, I need to smoke.
That is the worst piece of content I think I've ever made.
You're like
getting
a scotch and you just like schlump over.
Yeah, and somebody goes, "Wow, Danny shaved his wig arms, but not his wig legs."
When will I be enough?
I don't think you ever will.
When will I be enough for anyone?
You're gonna be like Frank in the episode where they all get sick and he's like, "Hair
I
is
just
impure.
want to be pure."
I just want to be pure.
Just covered in Vaseline. I can't believe I went through all the trouble of shaving my forearms. Who else would do this?
Let's not sit here and act like you did it for the fan base, though.
I did it for this.
1,000%.
I did it for this whole bit.
It was at least 50% for Sarah.
What are you talking about? Sarah liked it coincidentally.
Oh, it was coincidental.
Coincidentally, she hates my arm hair. Yeah, for sure.
That's always fun to find out.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you forever? For the whole time?
This is way too much information, but there was like a night where we were like talking about like long distance and like whether or not we'd stay with each other or whatever.
That was a long time.
Like a while ago. And we're doing this like game, I guess, where we were like,
would you cheat on me? Yes or no?
I was like, it was kind of like that.
Oh, no.
Where we were like, I was like, say like, what don't you like about me? Like, no judgment. Let's go through the things we don't like about each other.
I'm coming up on 4 years with Dorothy. I don't think I could have this conversation with her.
We were on like the precipice of like, will they, won't they?
Yeah.
And we're like, say, what don't you like about us? And I also started, I was like, out of all my roommates, like, who would you date if not me? You know, stuff like that.
Why would you? No.
Just fun stuff.
No,
he's like,
she's talking to Josh, like, get away. No.
I was like, what don't you like about me? And she was like, your arm hair. And I was like, what?
Like, had it, like,
she was ready. She was so ready. She was like, I don't like how you're mean to your niece, and I don't like your arm hair. And I was like, my niece is mean, and I look hot.
So when me and Dorothy first got together, we were on a road trip, and we just drank our way across America. It was debaucherous. I'm not gonna tell the full story because I respect her as a woman. And it is not a respectable story. So we were in New York and we played a game called Hot Seat, where like one person sits and then like for a minute everybody asks them questions.
Grills them.
Yeah, and if you don't want to like answer the question, you take a drink. It's a fun game if you want to like get to know some strangers. And so one of my buddies, who was no longer my buddy after that road trip, complicated story, like is sitting on the hot seat, and I think Dorothy goes, "What's the first thing you notice about me?" Out of the fucking, like, without a millisecond of thought, he goes, chin. Whoa. And it sticks with her to this day. Like, she's like, what the
positively
fuck?
Or negatively? Was there a follow-up question?
You ever looked at a woman, you'd be like, strong chin, and she took it the right way? No.
I would have said tall.
Yeah.
I can't believe it wasn't tall.
I mean, he's like 6'5". So
chin.
Like, yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, just like.
Can you imagine, like, I guess you can, you were there. But I just love that it's like, what's the first thing he knows about me? Chin, next.
Yeah.
Like, just as she, like, recedes into the darkness.
Just, like Thanos, like, ashes into the background. Yeah, it was
that's a vicious.
Horrific experience for her. And then I guess I do want to talk about myself a little bit. So the cold open isn't going to be about you. It's going to be about me.
Isn't anymore? What are you talking about? This was all about me.
Well, I know, but that was only because we were talking about how it's... Okay, fine.
Go on.
That's honestly fair. So, I'm famous now. I hate to break it to everybody. Officially made it.
Nice.
No, I had like a cool moment at dinner yesterday. I've been DMing with one of my favorite DJs of all time.
Nice.
And he was like, so we have the same tattoo artist. Well, we're about to. This guy named Winnie the Drew hit me up and was like, I want,
Drew.
Just like insanely famous tattoo artist out of Salt Lake City.
Nice.
I'm like, wow. What are you doing? And he's like covered in tattoos. He has like hanging piercings. I was like,
oh, nice. Like the Disturbed singer, like the snake bites.
Like, but like it comes into like chains, like attached to like
crazy.
His ears. Sick as fuck. And I was like, oh yeah, this guy's definitely like LA or something by the looks of him. Just hanging out with the Mormons. Yeah. And I was like, you are definitely a commodity in Salt Lake.
Utah, yeah,
exactly. So I'm flying out to get a tattoo from him, but I saw on his Instagram, I was like, he just did a cover up for like my favorite artist company. For those of you that are like dubstep fans. And so I DM company. I'm like, hey man, like I also know Winnie. And he was like, we talked about you the whole time. I'm at dinner, like an ounce away from crying with Dorothy. And I was like,
that's so hype. Invite him to the podcast.
I'm going to be seeing him in a week in Mexico because he's playing the fucking festival I'm going to.
Damn it! I thought you would call my bluff.
Maybe I'll ask him. If he's into anime, sure. And so actually, this is a good point to bring up something that we're going to be talking about later today. Today we've got a big episode planned. To actually bridge into anime. Today we're doing anime Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. So it's obviously neither
and
of
Nick
us
does.
Yeah, and I want to be a millionaire.
I don't know enough anime to be co-hosting an anime podcast.
Let obviously, like the questions are tailored to what I've seen.
Yeah.
And so the prize for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, if I win, obviously not $1 million. Snapchat cut our deals. We don't have that money kicking around. But if I win, Danny has to ask Toph onto the podcast.
That
Is
so
officially
was never agreed
what me
upon.
and
Don't
Danny
say official.
have agreed upon
Not
off
true.
air. Yes.
Absolutely not true.
He's just
First
playing
off,
it super cute.
you're a goddamn encyclopedia of anime knowledge, which is bullshit.
I don't know everything.
It's that's your whole brand, is watching an anime and knowing everything about it.
That's fair.
You're gonna cook through this.
I'm not gonna cook.
This is unbelievably
I
unfair.
bet you Stank has found genuinely hard questions.
He'd better.
I went on to Anime Jeopardy with the Cloud Ninja podcast. I mean, every question they asked was the
I've
worst.
seen that.
It was the worst fucking questions I've ever seen. Like, what day did Naruto episode 120 come out? I was like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
So this isn't Naruto lore. Like,
Yeah.
this is just like, was I there when the episode came?
Where were you when Naruto happened?
October 23rd, 2000.
Yeah.
Just shut the. We were all just Googling on our second monitors for the entire time. It was stupid.
Listen, we'll see.
I do love the Cloud Ninja podcast, which is fucking stupid Jeopardy.
We'll see towards like the latter half of our like quiz taking, because I'm going to be hosting it. I'll be asking Nick the questions.
Yeah.
Towards the latter half, if I start getting really nervous, I may start bartering for other.
So my original proposal was you do a podcast episode, Commando, and Stank was like, no, be able to tell.
No one would know. I'd rather come into a podcast episode completely naked.
What's wrong with asking? We can cover the stickers.
It's so stressful.
We can cover the stickers.
It's so stressful.
Okay,
we're still going through our growing pains. We just today are finding out whether or not we fixed the echo.
We're doing
the growing pains.
Oh, you're absolutely right. We don't have a third mic. We would figure
and we
out.
don't have a third mic.
We can get a third XLR mic.
I'm just saying, how big of a like flex would it be in our new studio, wherever you move to? 2 hours away from me.
August.
You're moving till August, and then we come in. Toph's here.
We can cover. How about if I win? Here's the barter.
Yeah.
If I win, I get to invite her on the podcast. I don't give a shit. I'll be like, hey, Danny, you met at a fucking thing. You want to come on our anime podcast?
Maybe.
I'll throw a fucking DM out there.
I can't tell if that's better or worse, because then she'll be like, why didn't that sniveling little bitch ask me himself?
I'll sneak up in those DMs. Absolutely.
All right.
I already follow her.
Maybe we will then.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
All right.
So if I win,
are we doing
what it takes I want to be a Millionaire Anime Edition, I get to DM Toph and be like, come on the show.
I'll DM her. I'd rather do it.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, I learned, yeah, that's bargaining right there.
That sucked.
It's called the threat of violence.
Here, you know what? Let me get my guy in here. He's going to look this over. He'll appraise it.
Mm-hmm. You'll get your lawyer.
Yeah,
my lawyer
is actually Stars bit, but
okay. I was going to say, like, my lawyer is ChatGPT, but I am Nicholas Connor, also known as NC Hammer 23, and this is Otakus Anonymous you're listening to. I wasn't mean to Danny in the cold openings.
What do you mean?
Is that what you all?
This was so mean. You strong-armed me. You bullied me.
I know.
Yes.
No, first off, we've talked about this off air.
And I said no off air.
Yeah, but this is called peer pressure, ladies and gentlemen.
And then you clicked go live.
Gotta make it work for you.
Whipped out the finger guns.
Yeah. Absolutely. I read a story about a dude who robbed a bank last week using finger guns under his shirt.
That's a good call. I thought about that once. I was like, I was at a
your bank robber
I was
era?
at a little like Subway or whatever, like a sandwich shop, and I like had the bag.
I can't afford these fucking cookies.
I was like, I'm not paying for these.
Yes, this $6 subs with me.
I like had a little bag, and I was like, I wonder if I just put the bag on the counter, opening facing me, and then put my hand in the bag and said, can I have all the money? If he would do it, and if I could have deniability.
Well,
and
that's
be
what
like,
I think the problem becomes when you take the money.
But I asked, and he gave it to me.
Yeah, but like I would. Isn't any robbery just like an ask gone wrong? Like, isn't it like?
No, it's a demand gone wrong. That's the thing. So if I like put the thing on the counter, my hand's in the bag, and I'm just like, can I have all the money in the register? And I just look down at my hand, and he just gives it to me. I've threatened nobody. I've just asked.
Does the presence of a question mark clear you legally? For the one possible lawyer who watches this podcast, tell us, like, genuinely, can we rob Subway? That's our third special.
Yeah, like our third touching grass.
The boys get sandwiches.
Yeah, you just like drop the Inosuke mask. Yeah, like let's go.
It's like, it's like holding the sword, like right here. Like, can I have the money? And they're like, if they say no, you have to be like, all right, fine, that's fair. And they're like, well,
it's just a goof. It's a prank.
$12. Okay, yeah, of course.
Yeah, I just love I love the idea that it's like, can I have the money in the register? And they're like, what? And they're like, what?
What?
Like, immediately start freaking out.
Like, sorry, I have a hearing aid. What'd you say? And you're like, Just like sweat pouring through the Inosuke mask. Just
like through the
I
nostrils.
said pickles on the sandwich, please. That would be fucking horrific. And you are?
And I'm regretful of ever bringing up the top
15 weeks in, baby.
Yeah, I'm Danny Motta, otherwise known as Danny Motta on YouTube, where I do reaction videos. Well, one of my upcoming reaction videos will be to Oshi no Ko.
Nailed it.
Little
Not Oshi
segue.
no Koi.
Oshi no Ko.
I've actually said Oshi no Ko so many times this week, I've gotten used to it. I've like reprogrammed my brain.
My friend, speaking of pronunciations and you doing them incorrectly, how do you say, what's the author of a manga?
A mangaka?
No, it ain't.
Are you going to say it's a mangaka?
It's a mangaka. My friend was like, you know, your podcast host says mangaka in the most infuriating way.
Mangaka, it's fucking, who gives a shit?
It just sounds like
mangaka. That's
mangaka.
Sounds like you're tripping over your fucking words. Like, oh yeah, I'm just a reader of I just think One Punch Man's mangaka is actually, he's really talented.
How do you say it? Mangaka?
Mangaka.
That sounds like a mucus decongestion.
Let's be real. Neither of the pronunciations sound good.
Mangaka.
You can also just not be dicks and say author. Who the fuck are we trying to impress?
I hate all the we talked about with light novels. It's like it's a fucking book. Like
it's a book.
It's 300 pages. Shut up with your book.
It is.
Get out of here with your damn book.
I think it's pictures. I genuinely think it's like 4 or 5 pictures makes it a light novel.
It's like nonsense. I think if it's all bullshit, but I think it's something along the lines of like if it has like the potential to be an anime or if it's based on an anime. Like every light novel I know has an anime.
Gotcha. Like it's attached to an anime.
Yeah, like in an anime universe. But then if like The Witcher now has an anime, are those light novels now?
What it does?
Yeah.
When?
Nightmare of the Wolf.
Oh, that was a movie.
Yeah. It's a movie anime. Can you retroactively become a light novel?
I don't know if Nightmare of the Wolf is based off of any of the books. It is what is his name? Vesemir? No.
Yeah, Vesemir.
Vesemir. It's based off Vesemir's backstory. That was so good. They also made young Vesemir like obnoxiously hot.
Annoyingly hot. He's played by 4 from the Divergent series.
Yeah, that was actually a really, really good movie. I think I talked about that on the Weeb Weekly, which is wild. That's how long ago it was on Weeb Weekly. But no, I don't think those are light novels. They're also very long books. It's gotta be like it's like a novella.
They're like okay length books.
It's like a novella, you know? It's like it can't be more than like 300 pages, I think.
That like what is a novel then? If not like 300 so many. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Should we talk about Oshi no Ko?
We probably should. Yeah. I just watched episode 2. I was like, Danny texted me. I was like, oh no, I just got back from the grocery store. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to watch this episode before Danny gets here. Little did I know, I could not only watch that, but I also watched the new episode of Dr. Stone, and I took a little nap. That's how long it took Danny to get here today.
I hit traffic.
I had so much.
It must be so nice working from home, Nick.
Oh yeah, it is. I thought we were in your house.
What a deep cut to episode 4 or whatever.
This is not your. Well, it's funny because it was like I sent a message to the people watching right now, the live cuties. Hi everybody, and everyone was like, "How was Danny late?" It's literally his house. So apparently it's still there.
I like that.
So Oshi no Ko.
Yeah.
Second episode, not like it's still very good.
It's okay. It's an okay second episode.
Exactly.
But we can talk about now spoiler-filled episode 1.
Oh, absolutely. Go off. So what did you? So you were texting me while watching episode 1, and you were like, "This is horrendous."
I was like, this is heinous. This is disgusting. Spoilers for Oshi no Ko. Spoilers for my upcoming video on it, if anyone cares. But first hour, I'm like the biggest Oshi no Ko hater on earth.
Yeah.
It's like, it's gross. The main character's disgusting. I had to learn what a lolicon is, and I don't quite care for it.
That's what taught you?
Yeah.
Oh, you have lived a treasured life.
I hated it. I hated it so much.
Yeah.
So I hated that.
The whole genre.
It was awful. So the whole thing, and like the girl is somehow worse than him. She's like a lunatic, and she's like, oh, like it'd be so disgusting for you to breastfeed from her.
But me.
But I get to savor those juicy tits. It's like, you wanting to savor them is what makes it gross. If this was pure survival, gender doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But anyway,
that's like strangely progressive.
Yeah.
It's so progressive. I'm like, is it progressive? Yeah, it is. It is. We're beyond the pale.
If they were like, it'd still be weird, but if it was like, oh, we're babies, we need breast milk to survive.
Yeah.
I'd be
If
like
pumping technology.
Yeah.
If it was like I got reincarnated as my idol's child in the Stone Age,
Yeah.
then like fucking maybe.
I'd be like, whatever, that's quirky and dumb, but you know, funny enough.
Very clearly one of the babies
Yeah.
using a bottle.
It's like the fact that she's like obsessed over it and also turns out to be a 12-year-old herself.
Yeah.
It's all fucked.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I'm like an hour in now. And I'm like, on top of all this gross shit, on top of all the context being like heinous, it's like boring as shit. Like I didn't care at all. But hear me out.
Okay, no, I'm still with you.
And I'm still like, and I'm like texting you, I'm texting my friend, I'm like, this sucks. I hate this. I'm gonna get like, I'm not even gonna do my video anymore because people are gonna be mad at me.
Yeah.
I have never seen something redeem itself so hard in the last 20 minutes. And I was like, and I'm such a hipster. Like, I was so ready to be a contrarian and be like, because everyone's like, get to the end. And I was ready to be like, the end doesn't justify this shit.
I would never trudge through this disgusting story.
I was so ready to be like, yeah, like I'm dying on this hill. You're all disgusting lolicons.
Could have been fucking not Gears of War.
God of War. It could have been God of War all over again. I was on flashbacks. And then I just like finished the episode and had like a long think. Just a long sit about it.
Yeah.
I'm furious.
It is. Well, I think it speaks to the point that I brought up last week and that Tony's brought up. Like the fact that we had to overcome that is aggravating because obviously you have the ability to write a story in a way that doesn't need to be like, oh, this 35-year-old is like in a conundrum of as to whether or not he wants to suck the tit of an underage girl. Like that's just like having to overcome a barrier like that is fucking stupid, but it does.
Here's the thing. Here's what I want to like pick your brain about with it. So yeah, there are like pros and cons to him being 30 and all of the aspects of it. Because at first I was like that too, where I'm like, just make it a baby or make him like 30 and not love idols. Because the weird bit is that he's like obsessed with her. Yeah. It's that he's like hyped to be her gynecologist at first. That's the weird bit. So those are cons. But then there's pros to it where I'm like, okay, him being a 30-year-old reincarnated gives him an adult's inner monologue during the whole first hour. So he's able to like be intelligent enough to like give insight. So there's that.
And then move the plot forward.
Yeah. And then him being a fan allows him, Ruby, his sister, and the mother all at once to become disillusioned with idolism or whatever. And so I liked that.
To show an insider perspective into what it believes to like fully buy into the idol culture of Japan.
Yeah. And I like now in episode 2, it's cool that he is like, his sister Ruby is dealing with her trauma of like losing the mom, dying at age 12 of cancer, never having childhood. And
not being able to move in a previous life and now having that ability.
Yeah. Like dealing with all this trauma and being like, even though my mom hated being an idol and even though the fallout was horrible, I have compartmentalized all that and want to be an idol. And so it's cool seeing him be like, I'm not letting you be an idol. It ruined her life, even though he used to be a fan.
Yeah, so it's cool to see. It's kind of like a case study on like different ways to deal with grief.
Yeah.
Because like I would say Aqua's entire mentality in it is like the separation of himself from the situation. And that's like extends to Ruby being like, I'm going to make sure that you never go down this path.
Yeah.
And then I believe that, and it speaks to the age that they were when they were reincarnated, because Ruby was 12 years old, still obsessed with Ai and like wanted to like be like Ai. Like, I guess it speaks to why they were fans in the first place.
Yeah.
Because Ruby was a fan because she couldn't move. And now the fact that she has that capacity speaks to why she was obsessed with Ai. While like Aqua was most likely like he was obsessed with her by extension of Ruby.
Yeah.
Like any kind of projected Ruby onto her. Like,
and also he thought she was hot.
Well, he was like, I mean, he was like, oh, seriously consider marrying you when you're 16.
Yeah, 12-year-old.
That might be the age of consent in Japan. I don't fucking know. I'm not making excuses for this man.
Yeah.
But like, so it definitely is a very interesting case study in like different ways that people can like deal with like grief in this situation. But it's odd.
What do you think? Because even while I was watching it, I was like, there's no way the twist isn't that like she dies or something. Like I was like, I knew a dark twist comes. And so I was like, so ready to put up my barriers and being like, this twist isn't going to make me like this,
Mhm.
but it does. And so what do you think specifically is like, what is the aspect? What is the moment?
What's the magic of it?
Yeah. What's the magic of the last 20 minutes that retroactively makes the first hour better?
Well, so I was on the ship in the first half an hour. Like when they first started, like I think the first thing that I started like really enjoying about it is like when they were like looked into the actual like realistic side of idol culture, where they're like most of these girls work in either Roppongi or Minato, which are like the two like it's like the Hollywood Hills. Like Roppongi is like it's like centered around this really bougie mall. And Minato is like kind of near like the TV tower. It's a really nice area. So it's like, you know, like the Beverly Hills of Tokyo. And so like these girls are now getting like paid to like go out and drink, and you see them like it's like you see like pretty girls, like it's a whole culture thing in Japan where like guys can pay girls to like sit with them for a half hour and drink with them and talk to them. Like that's a whole thing. Like there's like hundreds if on thousands of bars dedicated to that in Tokyo.
And so wild.
It's genuinely wild. And it's a crazy cultural shock thing being like, oh, we're paying for women to talk to us, and like married men go and like talk about their feelings and like their wives and all that. And it's crazy. So like seeing the reality of the situation, like tapping me into the entertainment world. And also a lot of this applies to us. Like that's like as entertainers, as public figures, like this, like a lot of like I saw a lot of things in there that like I genuinely related to. Like that, like it's like it doesn't matter. Like if you're having a good day, a bad day, you show up, you put a smile on, you fucking punch your ticket, and you make your shit.
Right.
And so like that's when I started relating to the show, I was like absolutely masterpiece. But like having to like so like I would say like the Roppongi Minato thing, and then like seeing I struggle with like when she had the conversation with the guy recruiting her from Ichigo from Strawberry Productions, which is like when you start learning Japanese, you realize that all fucking names in Japanese, like in anime, are just bad puns.
Is it a pun?
Ichigo means strawberry.
That's adorable.
The man named Ichigo runs Strawberry Productions. Fucking,
it's so silly. It's like Light Yagami is light.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like every anime name is just a stupid pun. The entirety of Dragon Ball is named after food. Chi-Chi is named after tits.
That's tough.
Chi-Chi.
That's tough considering we meet her as a child.
Chi-Chi, which is a name, I think it's for grandmother. I think it's Chi-Chi is grandmother or something like that. No, Oba-san is, I don't remember. But Chi-Chi is a name for something in Japan, like a familial member. And then my Japanese teacher was like, oh yeah, actually, no, she was named after like tits. And I was like, oh, you mean the 5-year-old that we met in the 80s. Lovely. And so it was just like, it was cool to see like the connections to the real world. And like a way that I hadn't seen like real world topics get tackled by an anime in a long time. So moving beyond Oshinoko, it was awesome. It was a good episode. Like seeing the dichotomy and like how grief is dealt with like later on in life.
I'm excited for him to be a psychopath. I'm excited for this revenge journey.
I don't know if like that's the journey, like is that the journey he's going to take, or is he going to become an actor? Like that's my thing. I think it's going to be like more like a study of self-expression for him, trying to overcome his trauma and possibly like not forgive his father, but like realize that like he's been afforded a new chance of life to like chase something that he genuinely is good at and has talent for. Because like I think the conversation that he was having with the director in episode 2, where they were like, "You're too young to give up on your dreams." Like I think in his previous life, like he was a doctor, obviously, like good job, but like he didn't enjoy what he was doing. So like I think like he has a passion for being an actor, and I think it's going to be a story about him overcoming the revenge plot line to like actually live the life that I would have wanted for him.
Gotcha. Is that what you want?
That's just what I think is going to happen.
I'd prefer him to be a psychopath.
I'm sure it'll happen. Like, I'm sure like we'll get like the Light Yagami like 200 IQ plays where like he hunts down his father. But I think like the end moral of the story is like he has to like live the life that he's been afforded through the love of like for his love.
I could see that. Yeah.
But anyway, or it'll just end with him fucking stabbing a dude to death and just hard cut Finn.
Just stabbing him, like cut to like 2 days later, he's walking around town wearing the guy's face, like just like
white, like
his rotting face.
That'd be fucking sick. Outside of that, okay, so Oshinoko wrapped. If you haven't started watching it, I'm sorry we spoiled it, but go watch it. It's very good. Outside of that, the TikTok blew up with you as the thumbnail.
I know, and that crazy.
Danny,
what are you guys thinking?
Been free.
It's the arms.
Is that what it is?
It has to be the arms.
Like your arm hair was like a shackle holding down your ability to fly as the bird you are.
The second people saw it, they were like, "Oh, what is this? A Sasquatch video? I don't want to watch a dog shit in the woods for 60 seconds."
Yeah. So officially, like our third biggest TikTok of all time.
Yeah.
We've broken the curse.
Yeah.
Your face can be used on thumbnails.
Thank God. Thank God. Which one was it? It's usually
which anime character would you want to drink with?
So that's the thing. That's the other pattern, is that it's usually anytime. Yeah, it's usually a love letter. And anytime I'm like, yo, Stank, like, this is gonna be a hilarious TikTok. This is the funniest thing we've done yet. Put it up. Gets 13 views, all of which are me.
And just like, you on all 13 of your accounts be like, so funny. Watching it like 6 times over.
Exactly. But anytime it's like one of those, like, what would you, the audience, do?
Yeah.
It blows up, which makes sense.
The thing is, watch time also counts towards people typing out a comment.
True.
So like when people open the comments and be like, well, I would drink with blah, 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 that's just watch time. So like the more time people spend on your video, like via commenting, like we're fucking lit. So it's usually love letters. People are like, oh, this is what I would do. And it's like, absolutely, comment away, baby. Get those comments up. Get TikTok blowing up, because our TikTok blowing up immediately correlates the followers on YouTube. Also, Stank sent me, and then this is like not me bragging, but like I'm just like very excited that all of you guys are fucking with the podcast and all of that.
Yeah, go on, brag.
Yeah, but like, so every single week we've gotten more downloads.
Yeah,
like an incremental graph upwards of more downloads every single week. So
I know,
fucking huge.
We've been killing it for a fucking anime podcast.
For 2 people without 3 mics? Absolutely, we're killing it. Yeah, like we'll just have Toph's. Whenever we have, I think Toph's voice actress, biggest episode by far.
Yeah.
God, this puts a lot of pressure on me.
Please bomb.
You gotta realize this. What if I like the first question I get wrong?
I'm gonna start lying.
We're just like, 25 minutes of the episode this week is like 15 minutes for like 15 questions for Nick. Nope.
I'm gonna start lying. I'm gonna be like,
nope, sorry.
If you are like on the precipice of winning and losing, I'm gonna be like, what day did Naruto episode 1 air? You have to answer.
now, you have 10 seconds. So outside of that, there's a new anime coming out this season that a friend of mine told me about. And we haven't talked about it, and nobody in our comments has talked about it. And you know, it's funny. I was scrolling TikTok and somebody was like, I've watched like every episode, like episode 1 of every episode that came out for the spring, like much more dedicated to anime than us. And I'm scrolling through and they're like, oh, very standard, Hell's Paradise, 8.9 out of 10. I go past, like 9.5 out of 10, Heavenly Delusion. And I'm like, what is this? And I'm looking at the comments, everyone's like, never rate again, shut the fuck up. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna take this, guys. Anytime like somebody like puts an honest opinion on TikTok and everyone's like, shut the fuck up, I'm like, I trust this person.
Yeah.
I was like, I genuinely trust this person because they put it out there. So I watch it. Insane.
Really?
It's gonna be it's gonna be like this season's Neon Genesis, where when it ends, everyone's gonna be like,
what the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that? Exactly.
What is it called?
Heavenly Delusion or Tengoku Daimakyo.
There we go. That's the one I wanted.
Well, so it doesn't appear on Hulu as Heavenly Delusion, so you have to look up Tengoku, which is heaven, and then you'll get there. But it's a story about like a brother and a sister in a post-apocalyptic world. The main character's transgender, but like the main character's not transgender for like standard reasons of being transgender, because like maybe they had their brain transplanted into a girl's body. So like it's very interesting. I mean, it got me like thinking. So like we're not gonna talk about it because you haven't seen it, but like
it looks gorgeous, is it?
It's really good. Yeah, it's like in the animation, it's like borderline Demon Slayer level.
Wow,
and it's
this is it?
Yeah, it's a Hulu original.
Whoa, it's really pretty.
And what I wanted to talk about is the fact that I think Hulu might have the best anime originals.
What are some others?
Tokyo. So
no, not Banana Fish. That's Amazon.
Bungo Stray Dogs, I think.
No,
is that Crunchyroll?
So. It's on Crunchyroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know for a fact Tokyo Revengers is on it, and I finished Tokyo Revengers.
Well, but so what's a Hulu original? Because like Castlevania is a Netflix original.
So like Tokyo Revengers is now a Hulu original. Oh, you're talking like not based on a manga?
No, I mean like not. Yeah, I guess that you can't find it anywhere, like produced by the streaming service.
Yeah,
not just slapped on.
I think Tokyo Revengers is now produced by the streaming service. I mean, maybe. Yeah, they might just have exclusive rights to it. Yeah, I was just more talking like exclusives, not like who's making what. Because like this Heavenly Delusion is incredible, and then like Tokyo Revengers, so they do the Christmas arc, where it's like it's really funny, and I have a question based off of that I want to talk to you about. But the season 2 of Tokyo Revengers, which I was talking shit, I was like, who's gonna watch that on Hulu? Like, who has the time? Fucking so good,
really,
so good.
Yeah,
Tokyo Revengers though, like definitely suffers from like not being well animated.
Yeah, it's Mappa, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and it's like
ugly Mappa though.
Yeah, it's like ugly Mappa. The choreography is not good. Yeah, like it's a fighting anime. Like what I think like the pinnacle of fighting anime. I think like High School, God of High School.
Yeah, God of High School.
Like that is probably the best choreography I've seen in anime outside of Fog Hill of the Five Elements.
Wow,
have you ever seen that?
Yeah, I know what that is.
Fucking insane.
I recently saw Naruto's been kind of my like peak because the Obito fight, because of the bit where
every episode, baby. That one wasn't bad.
Keeps spitting up like the baby that he's been reincarnated into. Because of the Obito fight, because of this shit, like
are you talking about when Sasuke takes
like
Naruto's
sexually
hand?
assaults him like jutsu style?
Gotcha.
But
Kawaki recently did that in the
I saw that.
Yeah.
I was insulted, but
why?
I just like,
oh god, you're one of these. You're one of these.
Keep it like come with something new and
you're
cool.
Recycling it. It's literally a callback to the thing everybody's been complaining that Boruto isn't.
How dare he?
Yeah,
is what my feeling.
They're like, oh, I wish it was just Naruto Part 4, and everyone's like, okay, what if we did like some cool shit from Naruto like as a callback, and everyone's like, you're recycling. It's like sick. It's sick to see like a callback through decades of time.
You know what I saw? I saw a clip from Full Metal Alchemist recently, Brotherhood. And the choreography was fucking bananas.
It's incredible. Yeah.
I wish I knew what fight it was, but it was crazy.
King Bradley versus like everybody is the fight I think of when I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. When he's just like slicing tanks in half.
Damn.
Like you haven't seen Full Metal. Yeah. So like it's like
this one was like in a dungeon. Like not Aaron, what's his name? Edward's like flipping over a dude in like some like dank cellar.
I mean, there's a lot of unfortunately most of Full Metal happens in a dank-ish cellar. Like the major plot point of the story is that there's a bunch of tunnels under the city.
Oh, okay.
So like most of the fighting is in the tunnels.
Gotcha. Sorry.
Yeah, so it's like not like
unhelpful.
Yeah, but like, there's like it's incredible. There's so much good.
Right.
Like there's like the moments where he's just like making weapons and flipping them around and all that. So like that is like when it comes to like straight hands, like fighting anime though. Like that's what God of High School is about. Just fighting.
Gotcha.
Like Baki is okay. Kengan Ashura. Well, like you never seen Kengan Ashura, but like it's like CG. It's like Beastars level CG, but in a fighting anime.
Oh damn.
Fucking so great. And then like Baki, and then like Tokyo Revengers, like dead last. Because it's just like one kick. It's like a guy gets kicked and he's like, ooh, and then like that's it. Or they just like punch each other.
Yeah, no, so, I know Mappa fights.
Yeah, they're just not great.
Have you seen Hajime no Ippo? Sorry.
Oh, of course.
Okay, I just wanted to throw that name in too, because I hear that's got crazy fights.
That's the best. It's the best boxing anime of all time. It's like that Megalobox. Oh, there's this boxing anime that I watched a couple years ago. It was on Netflix. It was actually surprisingly good. And somebody in the comments will tell me. But it was like all the boxers had like cyberpunk arms.
Is it Levius?
It was.
Yeah, I thought so, baby.
It was Levius. How do you remember that?
The manga's sick.
Okay, so
the manga's
you've
really
read the manga.
cool. Yeah.
So it was like, they have like steampunk arms.
Yeah.
And like they're just like using, they only have so much steam to use during the fight. It was so good.
Yeah, that's like.
Yeah, the anime was actually like surprisingly good. Yeah. But what was I saying? Oh, so there was like basically the entire plot of the season is like there's a high schooler. And like the high schooler is like 6'2" and strong. And the problem is they're all middle schoolers. So it's like this high schooler is leading a clan of like other kids that are like really scary. And so there's this whole church scene where like 6 of the middle schoolers try to fight the high schooler. And he's just beating the fucking piss out of them. And I was just like, currently, in your current form, I'd say everybody in Tokyo Revengers, they're in middle school. But in middle school for Japan, they have 3 years of high school. So, and they do the same amount of years as us.
So it's like 14 through 12?
So they go to 9th grade and then 10th, 11th, and 12th are high school. So it's everyone from like 14 to, I guess, 5th grade would be the lowest.
Like 12 or 11, yeah.
Yeah, let's say 14 to 10.
Yeah.
Why? So let's say aggregate 12 to 13-year-olds. How many could you smoke? And all of them are coming at you simultaneously.
I feel like the difference between a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old is big.
That's a big, let's say you get, I would say, because like some of them are bigger than others.
Yeah.
Some of them are bigger than others. So Mikey, Mitsuya, Chifuyu, like are all roughly the same size. Let's call them 12.
Okay.
Let's say Chifuyu is Mitsuya is 14.
Okay.
Because he like goes like toe to toe with the high schooler for a little bit, and then he gets hit in the head with a pipe.
Yeah.
So 2 12-year-olds, a 14-year-old. There's only 3 of them, and then Mikey pulls up, and he might as well be a high schooler.
Gotcha.
So the key thing is there's 3 middle schoolers trying to fight a high schooler, and he's just beating the piss out of him.
Yeah.
And then the high schooler has a brother there, so like he obviously has his big genes, but he's also like 14. But like one of those fucking like
it's just a big fucking bull of a kid.
So I'm saying, let's say aggregate 100-pound 13-year-olds. How many can you take?
How many?
Yeah.
I think like 12 to 14-year-old. Here's the thing. Are there consequences?
No. You
like
can
I can go nuts.
Yeah.
I think if I come in, my strategy would be like
bloodlust.
I come in thumbs in the eyes of one of them, and I make a fucking meal out of it. I make a spectacle out of him. I got my thumbs in his eyes, and I raise him above my head by his skull, and I'm looking.
Who's next?
And I find one of the other kids, and I lock eyes with him, just as this one's screaming above me.
You're literally this is the what is it? It's the Sword of Mordor. No, what's the game? Shadow of Mordor. You're just like, yeah, you're like the mutilate, so all the other orcs run away.
That's my like move one.
Yeah.
Like I come in right for the eyes. That's how I like rattle some of them, and now they're afraid of me because I'm not too big. I'm not very big, and I have no martial arts skills.
Yeah, it's got to be bloodlust.
And then I think I'm keeping that energy for the rest of the fight. I think I'm just coming in like a Wolverine,
just eyeball poking 10-year-olds.
I think I could take, like, reasonably, if I'm coming in with full bloodlust, 5.
Okay.
And I'm coming out, like, wounded.
Yeah.
Like, I'm coming out beat up.
This is like our podcast 1 conversation of how many geese.
With the geese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many geese?
I think I could take 5, but they're all coming at me. But they're so small.
Yeah.
I think I could take 5, but I'm coming out, like, critically injured.
You're like torn Achilles.
Yeah.
One of your eyeballs is gone. They're like one of them finally got to reach.
Yeah.
I think I could take 7. I think 7 is a good, because at one point I'm taking one of them and using them as a weapon.
Like the geese.
Yeah, exactly. Like the geese. Yeah, I mean, like fucking.
Yeah, if you can kill a goose, you can kill geese.
Yeah.
That's one thing we know.
Exactly. That neck is pliable.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever described what a goose number was.
Oh, that's right.
Remember, it was our inside joke.
Yeah.
Was like we had like goose number. We never told anybody.
Yeah.
What's
Goose-
funny is that is still to this day our most viewed episode, and everybody's like, "What the fuck's going on here?" Yeah. So I'm thinking 7, just because like great strategy, just come out fucking blood happy.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking like last one probably like I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But I'm just.
It's like an invincible fight. Like
Exactly.
by the end of
Yeah.
it, like
Everybody you know will be dead.
when do your balls drop? Related, by the way.
When do your balls drop? I would say mine. I'd say mine dropped when I was 13, I think.
Okay, so that's good to know.
I like woke up one
fight.
morning and I was like, oh, like I was just like, hey mom, what the fuck just happened to me?
Because if I'm going in and I'm the only one who can get kicked in the balls effectively, that's frightening.
So balls dropping is like, that's real.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember. I was never like, I don't remember when the boys were up.
Yeah,
I never remember. I never remember.
It happens gradually. I feel like
it does. It's like 1 centimeter a day.
I feel like one day I looked down and I was like, man, I got a lot more balls than I used to.
feeling fucking bulbous today. I'm feeling these undies out.
Yeah, I just had to like coil my scrot back in one morning.
Just putting ice on it in the morning, like trying to get that bad boy back in. Because like I never looked.
Yeah.
I think just one day I was
they're attached to you,
I
Nick.
think just one day there was just balls, I thought it was always just like a thing. I thought it was like puberty. I thought it was like, your voice dropped. Because like my voice wasn't like, I honestly, like, I think I have the worst imposter syndrome of all time. Because one day I just decided to talk in a lower voice and the shit fucking stuck.
Nice.
And I don't know if I think I was like, I'm sick of having this high pitched ass voice. One day I was just like, hi guys. And I was like, the next day I was like, you know what? We're doing this.
Yeah.
And I think it just stuck, or my voice caught up to it.
Can you give a quick glance to the comments? I just want to see if anyone has chimed in about whether or not any of this.
How the hell did they pivot to their balls dropping is the one in all caps that I can see.
So that I know my strategy.
We're never, that's fair.
Here's the thing.
Can't go for the balls if they're not out yet.
I have to believe that these 12-year-olds, even if you tell these 12-year-olds it's to the death, they aren't going to have the raw cynicism.
How can a 12-year-old kill you effectively?
My eyes.
Well, that's not going to kill you. I still fucking blind swing. I'd be throwing haymakers at waist level.
I guess so. Yeah, I'm way more durable than a 12-year-old. But or my throat isn't.
I'm just.
Or my throat. You're like a fucking dolphin. It's like doing a pod with a porpoise.
It was like that kid, the weird kid in class who had the gap between his teeth and he would gleek.
What's gleek?
Oh, is that a regional thing?
What is that?
It's like when you would shoot water between your teeth. You never heard of gleeking? You never gleeked? I've been fucking. I know my teeth were always perfect, but it was always that. It was like the same kind of kid who would turn their eyelids inside out.
Oh yeah, that kid sucks.
Oh, they're in jail now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. they was just like named a guy first name and last. I was like, that's like this guy I went to high school with.
Yeah.
But I think 12-year-olds aren't gonna have the raw cynicism and bloodlust to take a life, or at the very least, not immediately. Like they're gonna be going through their little like Aang Tanjiro arc where they're like, do I really have what it takes? Oh my god, he's lifting that kid. Like that's how fast I've got him.
Splitting one down the middle, just like by the legs.
Yeah, I just like
he can be saved, just like beef jerky strips.
Yeah, I'm just pulling the spine out of one of them. That's the thing. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna be like, that one's eyes, that one's throat. I'm pulling his nuts out. Like I'm just going in straight for the kill shots immediately.
I know for a fact we're going to get comments being like, weird, you're talking about touching a 12-year-old's nuts. Like, we're talking about murdering these fucking kids.
Let's see when you find yourself in the arena if you're not touching these kids' nuts. I'll do whatever it takes to kill these middle schoolers. What do you mean?
Oh my fucking god, we need to move on.
All I see is Danny, no.
Danny, no. Okay. All right. Demon Slayer's opening is really good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's cool. Oh, yeah.
There's so many good openings. Ocean of Co's is also fucking gas.
Yeah, it's really cool.
There's so many good ones, and it's just such a shame that Hell's Paradise is so fucking bad. It's
such a weird hill to die on for you.
It sounds like three people in GarageBand trying to make it out of Ohio. It's fucking awful.
I like that. I like some grunge rock.
Yeah. It's like, and then even Heavenly Delusions is very fucking good.
Yeah.
So like, there's so many good openings. Might be the best season for I'm also just watching like 7 anime right now.
Yeah.
So like, I might just have more access to openings than I had previously. But I watched Ocean of Coast like today, and I was like, I gotta skip it because like Danny's gonna be here any minute. I need that minute and a half.
Right.
Didn't watch it. Fucking incredible. So good.
What'd you think of the new episode of Demon Slayer?
It was weird.
Fine.
That's fine. Yeah, it's just.
I like spoilers for the new episode of Demon Slayer, I suppose.
Yeah.
I like a good weird wooden puppet that's just a robot in an anime, you know? Anytime an anime is like
so out of place.
It's so weird. It's so Naruto.
It's Naruto filler is what it is.
It was
like a filler episode, but it's canon.
It's like the Naruto like robot. Remember Mecha Naruto?
Oh my god, Mecha Naruto or the Ninja Ostrich episode?
Yeah, it's like that. But like I'm hoping it's not filler because at the end he cuts its head off and there's a cool ancient sword.
No, it's not. It's not filler.
That'd be hype if that sword is something cool. Yeah, like that's what's hype about it.
It's a sword.
Yeah, that's sick. I like that. So that was cool. And again, yeah, it's very filler feeling. Like it's weird and out of place to have this robot because it's just a robot.
And like he does need a training arc. Like, but obviously, like even in the manga, it was weird.
Oh, that's the other thing I hate is that speaking of the training arc, I hate that he is like about to die and then it's just like I've unlocked a new smell. Now I'm good. Like,
yeah, he unlocks a thing called transparent world, but like he can't use it all that well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so like it's well, sort of. It's like Sixth Sense transfer. It's either I don't want to spoil things.
Okay.
But it's kind of like that's just Tanjiro's whole thing. And recently, like I've been doing the whole TikToker thing where it's like, 9 pictures, who has the most plot armor or some shit like that. And every single time I see these, Tanjiro was on it. Everyone's like, there's Goku and there's Sasuke and there's Kirito and then Tanjiro. It's like Tanjiro doesn't have plot. Like, he does have a little bit, but so does every MC. He's just always out of breath.
I mean, every main character has to not die.
Mm-hmm.
Like if your qualification for plot armor is he doesn't die,
he makes it to the end.
Yeah, like everybody.
Then you're gonna love Akame got killed. That's it.
Yeah, but like I think Tanjiro super doesn't because he's like, especially in season 2 and Mugen Train, the whole point is that he is not strong enough to fight these demons alone.
Luffy and Marineford.
Yeah, like he gets help.
Yeah.
Super disagree.
Like the entire point of Luffy and Marineford is that like he should not be fighting the admirals.
Yeah.
But like he thinks he's strong enough to like save Ace from the admirals. And it's like, you should not be here. And like that's what Tanjiro is building up towards, like actually being able to fight these upper moons. That's why there's always Hashira helping him. That's why after this arc, there's the Hashira training arc. Like he needs to get to Hashira level before, like even Hashira can't battle the upper moons.
What's some plot armor? Give me an example of plot armor.
Goku getting brought back to life twice.
For sure.
Kirito being like this game's rules don't apply to me for the next 30 seconds.
Agreed. That's what plot armor is to me, is like when someone's about to die, and then it's like, oh, Goku just unlocked his Mega Saiyan.
Yeah, that is also, it's plot armor. I'm more thinking of it like beating back death.
Yeah.
Obito using Izanagi against Konan. All of that. Like Izanagi being created so Obito can like not lose to Konan.
Yeah.
Stupid. And then like Sasuke, like be like getting like he gets killed by Killer B, bites Karin, gets like his chest caved in by Killer B, like Jugo gives him energy, like all like those kinds of moments where it's like you lost, but you don't lose.
Yeah,
like that kind of thing.
You know who does have plot armor? If we're talking Demon Slayer,
Yeah,
Inosuke.
Yeah,
that one annoyed me. Like that,
like he's like, I can move my organs because I'm from the mountains.
I moved my organs and I'm immune to poison. Like what the fuck?
Well, he's not immune to poison. Like obviously, like Nezuko's like demon blood art, like is what helped. He would have died.
Yeah.
Like, but like the fact that he was like, oh yeah, there's a blade coming. I can fucking just move
my organs are gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it wasn't it Tengen did something nonsense where he's like,
Tengen has poison resistance as a shinobi.
Yeah.
Like because it's like Killua and Hunter x Hunter. Like he has like electricity resistance because they put him through like torture training.
Right.
At like the Killua compound. Or the Zoldyck compound.
Gotcha.
So like
interesting.
Plot armor, like Tanjiro doesn't have Tanjiro never loses. That's my thing.
Yeah.
Like he like he'll get put in a situation where like he's down and out, but he never loses. And it's not like somebody has to like come in and be like, you're saved now. Like obviously Nezuko's like blood demon art saving everybody is a little bit of plot armor, but to consider Tanjiro like in the status of like plot armor gods like Goku and Kirito and Sasuke.
Yeah.
An insane thing to say.
Ridiculous.
Because he's just down and out sometimes. Also, some big. This is probably, and this is not a section that's like for you. Probably the biggest week in manga we've had. Yeah, please. Yeah, hang out with Dorothy and okay. So probably I'll talk to the camera. Probably the biggest week we've had in manga. In like 3 or so years. Like one of the more ridiculous weeks we've ever had.
Crazy.
Obviously, like a couple days ago, 1081 came out for One Piece, which was crazy. I'm not gonna talk about any of the leaks or anything that just happened because like manga spoilers and nobody loves that. But Boruto had probably the biggest chapter, maybe the biggest chapter in Naruto.
Nice.
Ever.
Nice.
Like the Naruto whole continuous universe. Like the most things happened. And then JJK had its most important chapter in 3 years. And now I'm starting to understand why JJK could end this
why
year.
it's wrapping up.
Because like it's like now there was like so JJK is about to go on a 3 week break.
Oh, yeah.
Shonen Jump is going on a week break. Nothing news coming out next week. And then Gigi, whatever. The mangaka. What is it? The mangaka. The mangaka of JJK.
Stroke?
Because that's apparently how you're supposed to sound when you say that word. The author of JJK is taking 2 weeks off after that, but we don't have a set date in the manga that like the final battle is happening.
Got you.
And it's crazy because MHA is also going to be over this year.
Right.
Like we've been in the final battle of MHA for 2 or 3 months now.
Yeah.
But like we're going to see the end of both JJK and MHA this year.
How do you feel about that when you know that you are in the like final ass arc of something? Like, is that?
It's weird.
I don't love it. It always makes me feel sad.
It is. Well, so JJK, years of the anime still to come out.
Yeah.
And honestly, JJK is one of those manga where I'm like, I need the anime because I can reread a manga a dozen times and be like eventually it'll stick. And like, I'll be like, I understand what's going on here. But like the anime I watch it, I'm like, oh, gotcha. Like everything makes sense. So like, I'm absolutely gonna I'm gonna watch the anime with like clear eyes and be like, I don't remember what happened really, because it's like there's so much information packed into JJK that like I'm just gonna be watching it and be like, this is all brand new to me. So that like years. MHA a bit closer to home, because like MHA's manga is not far off from the anime,
right?
Like we're one arc basically, like it's like the war arc, like the end of the war arc, and that's gonna be over in the next 4 or so months. So like that's gonna be done. MHA will be done in 2 years.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy. It's got vigilantes at least.
Well,
I don't know. Good. Does anyone like that?
Is cool. So vigilantes is kind of about like the time before.
Yeah. It's a
like,
prequel. Yeah,
it focuses on like Present Mike and like Eraserhead and all of them, like their time. And it is really good. It's over, I think. I don't know for sure. I know like they had a big bad guy who was like basically able to use like Nomu-esque type things. And then that's how they have like the research on Nomus. And they defeated him. I don't know if Vigilante, it might still be running. I just know like Horikoshi like is not doing well. So like I don't know, like with Boruto, obviously
health-wise?
Yeah, like that's why he's like he's
right.
Like,
he's
taking
falling
so much
apart.
time.
Yeah,
Exactly. So like I think like with like obviously Naruto ending, everybody knew that Boruto was coming. So like I don't think like we've seen a big anime end yet. Like what was the last like Dragon Ball's still running?
Black Clover's almost done.
But not really.
No,
They still haven't animated the Dark Triad arc.
well,
which
but the
is
manga's done, right? Oh, you're
Mm,
talking about an anime.
Yeah,
an anime
well, the manga
ending.
actually Black Clover's manga will also probably end this year.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
almost done.
insane. But like the Dark Triad arc hasn't been animated yet. The nearest thing that we have from Black Clover is the non-canon movie we're getting.
Yeah,
and that's this year with like there's like rumors going around. We're getting the anime back in 2024. But that's it. Like so, like
yeah, I guess so. No anime.
Dragon Ball's still
ended,
running. Naruto's still running. One Piece is still running. Bleach is still running. Like Gintama. Like Gintama is the only thing that's ended.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you half the people watching or listening to this
don't know what that is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Gintama is like, it was the big four. Gintama was the fourth most popular anime and manga when the big three was running. It would have been one of the most popular of all time if it wasn't running concurrently next to those. And that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head. That's like, closed.
That is crazy. Demon Slayer's got like 2 years left in it too.
It's still got the rest of this arc, which will go until like October.
Well, it's only 11 episodes, so like
okay, so
a couple weeks,
yeah, like,
so like
midsummer.
2 months, yeah.
And then it's
got like 3 more arcs.
So somebody brought up an interesting point to me. I was gaming with some friends, and they were like, "What do you think they're gonna do with the Hashira training arc?" Have you read the manga?
No.
Okay.
It's so ugly.
It's awful. It is like genuinely, it's one of those times I cannot fault you for not like the anime is objectively better than the manga.
Yeah.
The Hashira training arc is what happens between the Swordsmith Village arc and the like the Infinity Castle arc. So there's like 2 more arcs left. But the Hashira training arc is not long. Yeah. It would be like 4, 5 episodes, maybe. So people are wondering.
Probably
like,
a movie.
That's the thing, but it's not like action packed. It's like training. So like it could be like that's what I said initially. I was like, make it a movie, but like,
well, if
it's not Mugen Train,
maybe they'll just condense it into an episode. Like they'll just cruise over it. If it's just training,
that's not. It's still interesting though. It's still an interesting arc, and like it's filled with a lot of like important plot points and like things that you need to know before going into the Infinity Castle arc. So like I don't know, either that or it'll get like because the Infinity Castle arc is not going to be 24 episodes, but it could be 19.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like maybe the Hashira training arc gets like parlayed into a 24 episode season or something like that.
Probably.
So we will see. Demon Slayer will be over next 3 years, next 4 years, I would say.
Yeah.
So like that'll be one of the first big ones to like close the books
after My Hero. Yeah.
Which is great. I would say My Hero. Yeah, My Hero in Demon Slayer will end.
It'll be neck
similarly.
And neck.
Yeah, it'll be very similar. So like seeing those, which would be so funny because the new gens will end before the fucking big 3 end.
I know.
Like, that's what's nuts to me. I mean, obviously, Bleach would have been over a long time ago if they hadn't been like, oh, here's the ending to Bleach.
Right.
And then like, actually, you know, like, it's after the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. But people aren't even going to like the ending of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. Like, it got super rushed. Chite Kuba got super rushed.
So with all of the, like, or not all of, but with the new gen anime ending.
Yeah.
Do you have any predictions on what like is Hell's Paradise like gonna be the new Demon Slayer? Like,
oh, like what will take over?
What are
for
your
new
draft
gen?
picks? You know,
that's a really good question. Actually, I think so. Like I said, MHA is probably first out.
Yeah. This would be a good like full ass segment for like a future thing. Like we did like a draft.
The new gen, the newest gen.
Yeah, we build a new gen. But anyway,
a really good question. I think MHA and Hell's Paradise aren't similar at all. Right. Like it's like they couldn't be more different.
And I meant Demon Slayer. Like I think Hell's
Demon
Paradise
Slayer and Hell's Paradise are similar.
Replace Demon Slayer,
yeah, like not very similar.
Yeah,
like Hell's Paradise is the R-rated version of Demon Slayer. Basically,
it's the same niche.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's going to be a couple of years of overlap, but like I said, like we're going to get at least 120 episodes of Hell's Paradise. I can't imagine it'll be less than that, which is 10 years.
Yeah.
You know, it's as long as MHA is. It's going to be 10 years. So I could definitely see like Demon Slayer crowd switching to Hell's Paradise when it's over. And then MHA being replaced by something like, I'm trying to think of like a campy school thing that's going on right now. Like JJK is kind of there, but like also part of the dark trio. So like too dark for the MHA crowd, but like MHA has shifted to like a darker tone recently.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for
but
sure.
People like
but
it
people
actually
dig that
is bombed. It's like people like the switch to a darker tone and the focus on the villains. Like Horikoshi came out and being like, people don't like it when I talk about the villains.
Yeah.
And but that was his end goal.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people are theorizing that he's trying to rush to the end because he was like, oh, people didn't like the fucking change in direction here.
I hope he just makes a fucking horror manga after or something, like something he wants.
I hope he makes some revenge porn manga, just stabbing Bakugo and Deku for 100 straight chapters.
Yeah.
Because the things he has been put through by his own fandom.
I know.
That must be such a bewitching feeling to just be the subject of ire of the people who you make a universe for.
Yeah, who you created.
It's just I am your god.
Yeah.
It's I can imagine the closest feeling is the stories in the Bible of God being like, fuck this, we're restarting. It's just you're getting flooded. That's what I would be on as Horikoshi. I'd be decapitating characters. Oh no, you got upset that back you're gonna write me death threats.
Just burning the bridge and then leaving mangaka making forever. He's
a billionaire, dude. He's fine. You're writing me death threats because I haven't shipped these two 14-year-olds together. Here's Bakugo getting decapitated in 4K.
Yeah. I feel like that's the end of Game of Thrones, the series.
Yeah.
I feel like they were just fuck all you. We're here's
fucking fantasy nerds. See you later.
Here's an Arya sex scene. Go fuck yourself. Thanks, guys.
They're remember that girl you've watched since she was 11?
Yeah.
Here's this.
Yeah, here's her ass.
Yeah. Oh, God, it was so weird. We're the same age, but it was still weird.
But I think it is interesting because I feel like My Hero definitely swooped in and filled the Naruto hunger that people had.
Yeah.
Because it came out roughly, I mean, Naruto was still going on, but it was, they were adults and it was past the pain arc. And so people were leaving and coming and whatever.
Yeah.
But it definitely fulfilled that niche. And when I first started watching it, I was like, this brings me back to watching Naruto as a child.
Mm.
And I feel like nothing has captured that as big.
That
Black
childlike.
I put Black Clover next to it, but it's not.
But they're running concurrently. That's the issue. Yeah.
Well, they're running concurrently, and I feel like Black Clover clearly isn't as popular
as MHA.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah, there's nothing even on the horizon that's bunch of middle just a Naruto ripoff essentially. Where it's just a school of 30 cool different superpowers running amok.
I'm just trying to think of obviously manga that are coming that are everyone's very excited about.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited about Kaiju number 8,
Yeah.
different whole different thing. Everyone's excited about Solo Leveling, whole different thing. Solo Leveling's closer to honestly Demon Slayer or Bleach than anything. It's
closer to Sword Art Online.
Yeah, Sword Art Online, or maybe is it wrong to hit on girls in a dungeon? That's the closest, and it's better than both of those things. So I mean, Sword Art Online is actually very good. I don't think there's you guys tell us honestly. Tell us if there's if we're missing out on some up and coming story about 30 or so superpowered children.
I hope so. That'd be sweet. I would love to discover
the
new
and true trope.
Yeah,
it's not a bad. The reason it's existed forever. It's fun.
I really do think it's that shift we were talking about towards
adult,
dark. Yeah, dark shit, adult shit, which is cool.
Do you think that's actually happening? Do you think we're just getting old?
I don't
what if we're just not tapped into that?
Here's the thing. I would agree if we weren't literally anime podcasters.
True, that's fair.
Who were tapped into the world.
That's fair.
Have you ever gone to a con and you're why am I seeing all these 12-year-old cosplays of this
these thing that I don't understand?
Yeah. Every time I go to a cosplay convention,
you're know it. Yeah,
gotcha. And if I don't know it, I'm I know that's at least from Genshin.
Yeah, I was literally about to say Genshin.
It's
feverish fandom. That being said, I started my content career as a Genshin streamer. So a lot of my fans that are my mods, people who watch my dogs, some of my closest friends, followed me back when I was just a little Genshin streamer. Back when being a Genshin streamer was fun.
Yeah.
Back before it was about your Hu Tao doesn't do 18 million damage per hit. Well, here's all of the things you're doing wrong. It was absolutely insane. But moving beyond, because we probably are going to run a little bit long here if we wanna do our thing here.
Oh God, we have a thing.
We should do our thing here. So you should pull up the Discord.
Damn it.
So this is the part where Nick would usually be running an ad because this is the part of the episode where Danny pulls up Discord for 2 or so minutes. So we'll do a dry run here. This episode is brought to you by crippling depression.
This episode is brought to you by the game show channel.
The game show channel. Corncob TV.
Yeah, by Corncob TV. I didn't fucking do shit.
I didn't do shit. I didn't rig shit.
Nice. I'm glad. Yeah. Anyway,
so we're doing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Anime Edition, with the prize being that we ask a voice actress, the voice actress of Toph, to come on the show. Something that Danny is too nervous to do.
I don't want to do it yet. I'm not ready.
Well, I got to answer 15 questions correct, increasing in difficulty. And if we get them all right, we got a host inviting a guest.
All right. Are we ready?
Absolutely. Question 1. Oh, what are my lifelines?
Were you about to fucking ask me this?
No.
Question 1. What are my lifelines?
My lifelines are 50-50.
Yeah, I wasn't even gonna say it. I was gonna lie until you didn't have any.
Phone a friend is phone the chat.
Yeah,
and
phone a friend. 50-50 eliminates 2 wrong answers.
Yes.
Oh, that makes sense.
50-50.
Yeah, okay.
Phone a friend.
Call Cody.
No, I'll choose my goddamn
Yeah,
friend.
polling live stream. Call Cody.
Oh, ask the audience.
Or 50-50.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ask the audience. So call a friend. I'll call a friend. Gotcha.
You get 3 of these?
I get 3 of these.
You're going to win.
Not all of them are guaranteed. My friend could have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
Okay, here we go. Number 1. In Hunter x Hunter, how many members are in the Phantom Troop? Oh, do you not know?
That's a good question.
Hype.
That's a good question.
Let's go.
Well, it's all the legs of the spider. Well, we have to tell me what my answers are. You have to tell me the
A, 11, B, 7, C, 15, D, 13.
7, 11. How many? Is it living or dead? Just total.
Just how many members are in the Phantom Troop?
It's a hard opening question.
11, 7, 15, 13.
11, 7, 15, 13. I gotta go with. You know what? I'm gonna have to open with one of my.
Oh, you're gonna phone a friend?
I have to open with a lifeline here.
Which lifeline?
I think I might use my 50-50 here.
All right. It's not B.
Which is how many?
Which is 7. Okay, it's not 7.
I knew that.
And it's not 15.
You chose the 2 most. You're a fucking asshole. It was 11 or 13.
Yeah.
I thought it was all the legs of a spider plus the head, which would have been 9, but it's not that. The highest number I can think of as a tattoo on the back, Hisoka was 4. I could go through all of them. Uvagin.
I think chat's saying I don't even know.
It's a hard fucking first question. I'm gonna go with 11 because I don't. No. Hold up. Arm wrestling.
We're running out of time here, Nick.
There's the arm wrestling bit. The list, I think it might be more than 11. I think it's 13.
Final answer?
Final answer, 13.
Yeah. That's infuriating.
Oh my
God.
Damn that is a really hard first. If it was the Akatsuki, I could have told you it was 9, but oh my God, that's a hard first question.
How many can you get wrong before you lose?
I think 0.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
okay,
the first one I get wrong, we lose.
Oh, hype. Okay. I'll give you 2.
Okay.
Because I
get 2
fair.
wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, I can deal with that.
That seems fair. Remember, I'm being fair.
Okay.
All right. In Fire Force, what is Vulcan's position in Company 8? Priest, firefighter, driver, engineer.
Engineer. Final answer.
Yep. Engineer.
That one's easy. Why was that the second? That's so much easier. Oh my God.
In Hajime no Ippo, what is Ippo's signature move? This seems like it's a fucking easy one. A, the Tootsie Roll. B, the Sideways Shuffle. C, the Dempsey Roll. D, the Roundhouse Rocker.
I haven't watched Hajime no Ippo in 12 years, Stank. What the fuck? I'm gonna have to phone a friend here.
Phone a friend. Phone a quick little friend.
Call Stank.
No, you can call Cody. Stank made this. Of course he knows.
He's my friend.
Of course Stank
He
knows.
tell me who to call.
He wrote in the rule, Cody.
I don't give a shit. That's not the fucking rules of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
You can't call Drew Carey.
I'm trying to use voice to talk.
You can't call the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Stank. I absolutely can call Drew Carey. I don't have his fucking number. I'm calling Stank.
It's absolute bullshit.
No way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It seems like the person you tried to call didn't work out.
I think he just hung up on me.
Interesting. Don't look at chat.
I don't know who to call. None of my friends know Hajime no Ibu.
Do you want to use your chat one? Then you're all out.
Fucking fine. I'll ask the audience.
Okay.
Chat, do you guys know the answer?
Is it the Tootsie Roll, the Sideways Shuffle, the Dempsey Roll, the Roundhouse Rocker?
Dempsey. I'm seeing Dempsey. It's all right. I'm going with the Dempsey.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Correct.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Stank really is in my corner with this.
What the fuck, Stank?
Here we go.
It's a 20-year-old anime.
In One Piece, how many Straw Hats were there when they entered the Grand Line? 4, 5, 6, 3.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
Let's go,
All right. So the first person that they find in the Grand Line is Robin, because the first thing in the Grand Line is that's the desert island, right? So that would mean that everybody. No, fuck. The first person they find is Chopper in the Grand Line. Yeah, because that's they're like, oh, the temperature is weird on the Grand Line, it fluctuates. So the Grand Line would then be, I think it's Sanji, Nami, Usopp, Usopp, Zoro, Luffy. 5.
Let's see. Correct.
Oh, baby.
Let's
go. All right, it's big. It's
Here
big.
we go. In Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, how many homunculus were there? Stank loves numbers.
Oh, this one is 8, including father. If he doesn't include father, he's wrong.
Correct.
It's the 7.
8.
Okay,
It's
okay.
8. Correct. In Sabuki Bisco, what do the governor's special forces wear on their heads? Bear mask,
No.
wolf mask, rabbit mask, cat mask.
It's rabbit masks.
Correct.
No! Woo!
In Naruto, which of the 5 major hidden villages is the only one to never produce a member of the Katsuki?
Oh, the hidden cloud.
That's absolutely fucked.
Let's go. That's why the hidden cloud's the greatest village in Naruto,
Don't
baby.
put fucking Naruto questions on here,
Absolutely
Stank.
put Naruto questions in there. Are you kidding? That's a hard question.
In Mob Psycho, what is the name of the middle school the main character attends? Let's go. Salt Middle School, Vinegar Middle School, Chili Oil Middle School, Soy Sauce Middle School.
I think it's salt.
Is that your final answer?
I think it's salt middle school. It's definitely not. It's not.
Do you want me to read them again?
Yeah, it's not soy sauce.
Salt Middle School,
Uh-huh.
Vinegar Middle School,
Uh-huh.
Chili Oil Middle School,
No, it's definitely not that.
Soy Sauce Middle School.
I don't. It's not those last two. It's either vinegar was the other one.
Vinegar.
I think it's salt middle school.
Final answer?
Yeah. Final answer. Salt middle school.
Yeah,
Let's
it is.
go. You were trying to gaslight me. Okay. All right. All right.
This one's in Naruto. This is such a bullshit, Stank. In Naruto, who's the youngest Uchiha character to unlock their Mangekyou Sharingan?
Mangekyou Sharingan. No, now you.
Mangekyo.
Mangekyou Sharingan.
That's what I said.
I had to say the whole thing. It's do the things, but I know
Sasuke, Madara, Shisui, Itachi.
Shisui.
Yep. In One Punch Man.
Why couldn't they all be Naruto, man?
I'm so happy there's at least a little suspense.
Oh my god.
In One Punch Man, what is Genos' hero name? Such bullshit. Demon Cyborg.
Yeah.
Hellish Android. Satanic Cyber.
Shut up. Satanic what? Cyberman?
Yeah, Satanic Cyberman. Murder Robot.
I gotta find out if Stank did, because obviously Stank knew the right answer.
Don't you fucking look at
No,
chat.
but I want to know if Stank was like the one who generated the fake answers, because those are good.
Those are fun.
It was A. I'm sorry. It was,
Demon Cyborg?
Demon Cyborg. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. I just don't like you being like, yep.
Yeah. What question are we on?
11.
Okay.
I was gonna lie. Say we had more because Stank has 25 on here.
No, we're doing 15.
In Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which marking is common to all homunculi?
Oh. Ouroboros.
Yeah.
Hold
on,
No, read it. I'm sorry. All right. Cut that part out of the TikTok.
The mark of the punished, the mark of Cain, the Ouroboros, and alchemy circle.
Ouroboros.
Yeah. Let me skim real quick.
I can probably tell you. No, Danny.
I'm gonna find some hard
Danny,
ones.
No, because they go in. Danny.
What?
They go in terms of like the 25 is going to be impossible. It's only supposed to be 15.
Oh, he only wrote the 15 here now.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go, Stag.
Shut up. In Nora.
That was 12, right?
That was 11.
That was
11.
Don't you dare. I swear to God.
In there's only 15 on here. I can't make things up.
All right.
In the popular anime Naruto, what date did the first episode happen?
I will literally choke you to death.
In Noragami, who collected abandoned regalias? Kofuku, Yato, Tenjin, Bishamon.
I'm pretty sure it's Tenjin, but what the
What
fuck?
the fuck
Noragami?
is this?
I've seen Noragami once.
I've never heard of this show.
It's really good. It's 24 episodes. It's fucking incredible. It came out 7 years ago, Stank. Noragami. I gotta call.
You can't.
I have another
You
lifeline.
used all your things.
No, I didn't.
You tried to call Stank.
That
It
doesn't
failed.
fucking
That
count.
counts.
That doesn't count.
That counts.
No, it doesn't. Call Stank.
You can't call Stank.
I will do it without. I'll do it without voice call. You can yell all you want, sir. I'll do it without voice call.
I'm texting him.
No.
Don't answer, Nick.
I literally.
He literally
pay him.
can't. He
I
made
pay
it.
him.
He made it.
Yeah, I have a PayPal. I have a PayPal request.
Stank, whatever Nick pays you, I'll triple it.
No, he doesn't. I swear, we don't have a Snapchat deal. What is the Noragami answer?
You can't answer that, Stank.
Yes,
whoa,
he is my friend.
Whoa, hold on, Stank. That doesn't count. This is the equivalent of him calling the host of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
If I had the host's phone number,
Stank, you have to give it to your wife.
Nobody in my Rolodex.
You have to give it to your wife
I don't
or
know his
son.
wife.
Or son. Those are the rules.
His son is 2.
Those are the rules. It can't be the guy who made the quiz.
I did the fucking Chica dance in a
Stank,
Sailor Moon costume.
What do you think?
It's Bishamon.
I love you so much. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Bishamon.
I'm taking away your you get 2 wrong.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Oh, what was
You
that?
only
12?
get 1 wrong. Yeah, 12.
Okay.
That was fucked, guys.
That was not. Stank is my friend.
That was insane. Wow.
I'm putting a little extra sauce on Stank's paycheck this week.
Wow. In Mirai Nikki, what is the name of Yuki's diary?
Oh,
The Watcher Diary, Hypervision Diary,
No.
Exchange Diary,
No.
Random Diary.
It's not the Random Diary. It's not the Exchange Diary. I believe it's the Watcher Diary because it only tells her what. I honestly don't even know the main character's name because he's a fucking non-factor. It's the Watcher and the what?
The Watcher Diary,
Uh-huh.
Hypervision Diary.
No, it's the Watcher. Hey,
Final answer?
final answer.
Final answer?
Yes, final answer. It's the Watcher Diary.
Random Diary.
Yuki?
Yuki's Diary.
Oh, Yuki!
Yuki!
I thought you said Yuno!
No, you didn't!
I thought you said Yuno! I literally just explained what Yuno's diary does! You can run it back.
Chat.
I just explained what
Chat.
Yuno's did. I explained what Yuno's did.
Chat. Listen, we have 2 more questions.
Yuki's is the random diary because it tells him things randomly around him.
Danny said Yuki.
I know Danny said Yuki. I answered for Yuno.
Okay.
Technically, Yuno's is the Watcher diary.
Here, we're going to do the next 2, and I'm going to deliberate on whether or not you get another.
Okay.
All right. In Mob Psycho, what is the name of Sir Dimple's first cult? Sir Dimple's Happy Times group, LOL cult, Cult of Dimple, Dimple's Happiness Service.
LOL cult.
Wow, I didn't even know that, and I saw the thing. Yeah, that is correct. Final answer.
For $1 million.
For $1 million, even though you failed the game. In Black Clover, which squad did Black Bull leader Yami once belong to?
Oh.
So fucking easy. Azure Deer, Purple Orca, Golden Dawn, Grey Wolf.
Can I use my phone a friend?
Fine. Because it doesn't count because you lost
Call Mom.
already.
Mom, I'm going to be a millionaire. The Azure Deer, ladies and gentlemen.
Correct.
Chat,
Nick got it wrong. Nick got it wrong and
answered-
then phoned the host.
She's my friend.
That's ridiculous.
I answered for Yuki. I literally just told you I don't know the main character of Mirai Nikki. I thought we were talking about Yuno. I have a tattoo.
It doesn't matter what you thought.
She has the Watcher diary. Yuki has the random diary.
If on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, they're like, what's the state capital of Connecticut? And you go New York City. And then I say, no, it's Hartford. And you go, oh, I thought you meant New York.
Well, I'm sorry.
That doesn't work, Nick.
You said the name once. We were talking about Yuno.
You could have asked again.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard Yuno.
Chat.
I know you said Yuki, but believe it or not, they're 2 letters off from each other. They both go Y, and I have a tattoo of one of them, so I projected. Listen, you know what?
Another poll.
Another poll.
Another poll.
And I guarantee you, they say I won.
No
You
chance.
want to know why?
Why?
Because if I win, guess what happens?
Then they get tough. I know they want tough, but they have integrity. Our fan base.
Fuck no, they don't.
Our fan group has integrity.
No, they don't.
You're not going to swindle me in my own game.
I guarantee
I'm bringing
I
a bunch of fucking barnacle covered dice cups and some dice
even,
next time.
If it's 60-40, I wouldn't give you 50-50. If it's 60-40, we'll say you won.
I can't believe that I won fair and square this time. I'm getting the old rug pulled out.
At least you didn't have to do the chica dance in a skirt.
I did. That's the thing.
Because you lost, Daniel.
Should we move on to whoever the fucking next stupid ass segment is of our dumb idiot
That
pod?
would be best boy, which would be Daniel. My best boy of the week is Danny. Because Danny
I was your best boy last week.
I know, and I love you so much because Danny
I'm a good boy.
is going to be DMing somebody he brought up in one of the first episodes of our podcast. And to this day, we still get comments about her coming onto the pod. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny is DMing Toph. We're covering the tit stickers I have on this desk so she doesn't immediately get stressed about being in a man's house. We're definitely going to make sure Dorothy is very visible in this home so she is comfortable here and knows that women are safe in this building. And Danny's my best boy.
There's just so many concerning qualifiers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was that always your best boy? Did you have a best boy on doc?
I straight up did not.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that is called improv, ladies and gentlemen. Yes,
Wow.
and each other.
Wow. Fine. Criminy Jiminy Snicket. My best boy is this. I have to look up what it was called. It's a new manga. I get very excited when I find new manga. Oh no. Oh no, did I lose it? Continue reading. Was it Ayashimon? Yeah.
Never heard of it.
Ayashimon then. Ayashimon is this new manga that looked cool. It's by the creator of Hell's Paradise.
Oh shit.
It's a new, like, fresh, brand new manga. There was that, and there's one by the what's the one, like, the S&M looking, like, lizard one on Netflix?
Oh, Dororo.
Dororo?
Yeah.
He also has a new, or she has a new manga out.
I think the author is a she, yes.
She also has a new manga out called Dark something. I should have known more. I did a big.
So 2 new mangas out, maybe with names. Maybe
this one's Ayashimon, and it looks sick. There was a bit in it where, like, a dude's on. It's in modern day, and there's a bit in the manga where a dude's on, like, a plane, like a regular, like, commercial airline, and just, like, does a crazy fucking, like, fire blast across every aisle, and it's really hardcore and cool.
Damn.
There's that. There's the one by the Dororo, right? Dororo.
Yeah.
That one, which I'll find out the name of eventually, but that one seemed really cool. Same vibe as Dororo.
Yeah. It's like the mangaka.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you like that, this one seems cool too. I just went on, like, a 3-hour Barnes & Noble trip, so, like, I just was ingrained in all the new manga.
Why?
I love Barnes & Noble.
I also do love Barnes &
It's
Noble.
hype.
It's a happy little place.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that it just makes my intestines growl.
It does make you
we
shit.
yearn for the outside.
It does make you shit. I went to check out like D&D books because I've been very into tabletop role play ever since I got the Avatar one. And I
wait, you got an Avatar role playing game?
Yeah, dog.
You did?
You knew about this?
No.
Yes.
Have
I mentioned it already?
No, you haven't.
Well, you're being sarcastic.
I am being sarcastic.
That's what I thought.
It's convincing, wasn't it?
Yeah. You're an asshole.
I tried.
And I also went to get the Avatar, like, graphic novels because I wanted to finally read those.
Look at you.
But those,
so Kyoshi's?
Those are just the books. I have those. I've read those.
Novels?
Like comic books.
Oh, like the original story.
It's post the original story. So it's literally canon after the series, bridging Aang and Korra. Like,
happened? Those are already out? Is that what the movies are based on?
It came out immediately after the series ended.
Wow.
So it's literally like
I've
Aang
never read those.
building Republic City and, like, the founding of that.
Shit.
It's crazy. It's like hardcore lore.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never
You should
read
check
that.
those out.
I make Avatar, that Last Airbender content all the time.
I was going to say, yeah, that'd be good for your channel.
Wild. Okay, I'm definitely going to go pick those up too.
But yeah, so love letter? No,
Flashback.
news. Yeah, flashback.
My flashback. Boruto spoilers coming up. So if you, I'm sure Stank will do a little clippy here, or mute me.
What are the nature of the spoilers? Like,
it's not like a death.
Stuff but I mean, is it like manga spoilers,
Manga
anime,
spoilers.
like it hasn't happened in the manga yet?
No,
or-
it like just happened.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
So Sarada awoke her MS.
I saw that, and
Yes.
she's bleeding out of her eyes, right?
No, she was
Oh.
crying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Dark tears.
Yeah, so Sarada awakes her MS by begging Sasuke to go save Boruto because everybody's chasing him down. And so Sarada awakening her MS without killing somebody proves that the cycle of hatred is over.
Right.
So like it might mean that there's no longer a reincarnation cycle for Indra and Ashra.
Okay.
So we will maybe never see, like, after Naruto and Sasuke's death, there will never be like another reincarnation of people that powerful.
That's probably for the best, right?
Yeah, like because the power system is like changing. I actually saw a really cool article like a couple days ago about like how Kishimoto didn't want like the Goku, like the Dragon Ball Z-ification of Naruto, where it's like the fights need to be bigger and bigger and
Too
bigger.
late.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
so like in the war arc, it was like mech, like chakra mechs, right?
Yeah.
And like that doesn't happen in Naruto, so everyone assumes everyone's weaker.
Uh-huh.
But like Kishimoto just wanted to like adjust what power looked like in the Naruto universe. So she awoke her MS, and people are speculating what her abilities are. I personally think she's gonna have something similar to Itachi. She's in a super similar situation to Itachi when he awoke his.
Gotcha.
But sick. It's like she has a sun design for MS, so she's supposed to be the sun in Boruto and his Jogan.
Oh yeah. That's
so
cool.
it's like pretty much all but confirmed Boruto X Sarada, and then like it's like a really cool moment.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have a Naruto question for you.
Absolutely.
In
That's
regards,
my job is answering Naruto.
Well, because
questions.
you talked about how Kishimoto wanted to just shift what power looks like in the Naruto universe.
Yes.
How? Because I'm mixed on this. How do you feel about like blasts in Naruto? Right? Because who's the guy with like the faces on his back? Like
Kakuzu.
his ultimate moves is just a big laser cannon. Naruto's nine-tailed fox has like huge laser cannon
tail-piece
attacks.
bomb.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I don't mind it. I think by the end of the war arc, it was getting a bit ridiculous. Like Indra's arrow versus like the super ultra big ball. Like Naruto's Rasengans just kept getting stupider fucking names.
Yeah.
Like it was like originally it was like the Rasengan, then it was the big ball Rasengan, and then it was the ultra big ball Rasengan.
Rasen Shuriken.
And then it was the 6-pass ultra big ball Rasen Shuriken. And then it was the 6-pass ultra big ball Rasen Shuriken tailed beast bomb.
Yeah.
And it was just like, it's fucking stupid. And so like at a certain point, like by the end of the war arc, I was like, this is dumb. And I think Naruto is at its best what is just fucking hands.
Yeah.
Like it's just like Naruto versus Sasuke in their last battle when they're just tossing mitts at each other. That's peak. Like when you look back and you're like the best fights in Naruto, Obito versus Kakashi.
Yeah.
Like
Naruto versus Sasuke.
Naruto versus Sasuke, but like obviously Indra's arrow versus like Naruto's cool in the moment. Then like if you're talking best in the Naruto universe, it's like Momoshiki versus Naruto and Sasuke, which is mostly taijutsu.
Yeah.
Ishiki versus Baryon mode Naruto, entirely taijutsu. Taijutsu, like just because of how talented the choreographers are that like work on Naruto, that is what I believe is the most compelling.
Yeah.
So I don't think I need like tail beast bombs and ultra blasts and all of that. Like it's cool to an extent, like to like show the pure scale of it. But like at the end of the day, they're ninjas.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I want to see.
Well, I agree. I always like when a power system is a little simpler. But like simple, but like grounded in that, like with Naruto, what was cool about it is it's like you had all these characters.
You're gonna love Tao, by the way.
From
Hell's
Paradise.
Very grounded, very realistic. Like there's rules. It makes sense.
Well, I like what Naruto used to be was like you have all these characters and it was like a puzzle kind of.
Yeah.
Where it's like, how could character A with their powers be character D with their powers?
That is to a T what Tao is.
That's hype.
Yeah.
Then that's sick. Like, you know, because it's like you have a fight like Naruto versus Kiba, right? In the Chunin exams.
How does Naruto outdo like speed and scent?
Oh yeah, all Naruto had was Shadow Clone Jutsu, and all Kiba had was a dog that turns into him.
Yeah.
And
spins.
And I know what like a man punching me in the face feels like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what a tailed beast bomb feels like.
No.
So when someone gets hit with that, it's like, that looks like it sucked, I guess.
I don't like aura blasts when I get hit by them.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like not the case with everything. Like, I don't know what a Chidori feels like, but I know it
sharp.
I know it stabs through people.
Yeah.
So at least when someone gets hit with a Chidori, I'm like, fuck, they're probably stabbed. But when it gets like to the crazy blast, it's like, maybe they survived it, whatever.
Yeah,
Like,
you take it like, oh, your Susanoo got hit by a Kirin. Did that? Why are you bleeding? I don't.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
happened here exactly? So like, yeah, like it is more compelling because it's more realistic.
yeah.
And that's why I think boxing animes and like fighting animes are so popular because
Right.
like, oh, it's like you just got kicked in the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't look like fun.
Yeah, exactly.
You have news.
I don't have news so much as I have like rumblings.
Oh.
A rumbling, if you will.
Stay humble, get rumbled.
Yeah, exactly. The Berserk community in fandom is having a tiff with the Demon Slayer community in
I thought you were
fandom.
just gonna say they're having a tiff about the fact that the manga was getting picked back up.
No, that was last week.
Okay, good.
I
love the idea of Berserk fans beefing with Demon Slayer fans because the age gap is like 25 years.
It's so silly, but I have thoughts, I suppose.
Okay.
And you will too.
I love
I'm
it.
hoping. So it comes down to fan service, which Berserk fans are so touchy about.
Berserk has no leg to stand on being like, oh, that's not morally correct. Like there is literally like hard R scenes in Berserk.
Here's the story. This person tweeted a picture of Berserk Volume 1 or whatever.
And it's just guts banging a demon.
It's just Berserk, like the
gotcha.
cover.
Mm.
And to be fair, they came out swinging so hard.
He's
with
literally
this
fucking
tweet.
a demon. Like that's the first page.
Yeah,
the first page is guts just like balls deep in a demon. And it's like you could have killed it without doing this.
Yeah,
you know?
you could. Yeah, absolutely masterpiece even without that.
Yeah.
But the person who tweeted came out so hot out of the oven. They go, if you stan this manga, please don't become my mutual, or if you already are, unfollow me. I don't want people in my circle who support this. It's my personal choice. I don't want to waste my energy with minds who read and consume this kind of content. And then someone was like, what's this all about? What's all this then?
Yeah.
And they go, it's my personal choice. I don't care how or what lessons it has. If it has that type of content unnecessarily stuffed in for the sake of fan service, I don't care about the other story. It's useless to me. So where Demon Slayer gets roped in.
Okay.
Because
they're just like in their title, like in their like description is like biggest Demon Slayer fan on earth.
Their profile pic is the Mist Hashira.
Okay, Moshiro, yeah.
Yeah. Takito or whatever.
Moshiro Tokito.
Yeah. So people came at them, obviously, and were like,
I can't believe it. No way.
I know. So
a peaceful resolution wasn't found.
So people go, here's a tweet. Fan service? Jesus Christ on a pogo stick. This is a huge there's a huge difference in fan service and turning points in story. If you think those are fan service, I think it's time to reevaluate the way you consume media.
What are they talking? Are they talking about like Cassa's scene of like Cassa and Griffith's scene?
Casca.
Sorry.
Here's the thing with this discussion that is so silly to me is that yes, all the comments, because this person just said, I don't like Demon Slayer. They said it pretty hostilely out of nowhere, but they were like, I don't like Demon Slayer. If you read it, unfollow me, which is overly harsh, but they're like, it's full of fan service.
Wait,
and then people
Berserk, not Demon Slayer.
Berserk. Yeah. And then people came and they're like, it's not fan service. It's crucial to the plot, which you would imply means the eclipse, right? That's what people are drawing at. And that's what people assume they mean is that the eclipse, Casca getting essayed during the eclipse is like part of her character arc, love it or hate it. And that's what people are assuming that this poster means. But people forget that Berserk is flooded with unnecessary sexual assault stuff.
Oh, yeah.
There's a Yeti with a dick for a tongue. Anytime Casca's in a fight, she's almost getting sexually assaulted.
It's like kind of her entire purpose.
It's the whole, anytime there's a woman, they're getting sexually assaulted.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, that's just to show what it was like in medieval times.
And it's like, oh yeah, with the dick Yetis?
Yeah, the dick Yetis. Yeah. Like, it's a goddamn fantasy, my dude.
So Berserk kind of gets the pass because it's been grandfathered in. And a lot of that shit was like written in the 80s and the 90s. And so like people are like, oh, we didn't know that like we couldn't use essay as like
we didn't know sexual assault wasn't dope.
Yeah, exactly. But like people are like, oh, well, we're using it as like a way to make you like know who the evil guys are. And it's like, that's not really what we're like. There's so many other fucking ways to like get that point across.
Yeah. I know who's evil even before they rape somebody.
Yeah, it's not hard. But yeah, I mean, Berserk has been grandfathered in by it. It's a shame, but like, so to like compare Berserk and Demon Slayer like in that regard is weird. just because they come from different eras. But like, we can't sit here and be like, Berserk is the perfect manga. It has nothing wrong with it. It objectively does.
It's also just always weird when people are like, you're criticizing my manga, your manga has that too. And it's like, they're both bad.
Yeah,
then.
like I would prefer it didn't exist in either. That would be a good thing we could all do, is just like stop using sexual assault of women as a way to convince me that the bad guy is bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's just there's so many better like narrative. That's why I won't watch things like Goblin Slayer. Like, I don't need because the first episode is like, wow, watch these goblins just destroy this little girl. And you're like, okay, wow. Or you could have just like had them like raid a village.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch like some like woman get assaulted to be like, that's the bad guy. It's fucking asinine. All right, love letter time. We're going to head over to our live chat. For those of you who don't know yet, or those of you who are living under a rock, we have a live chat. Members have the ability to watch our podcast live, and they get to ask us the love letters. So I'm going to pop on over to our chat and see what our beautiful live viewers are asking. Isa asks, what is the most hype moment that you can remember living through in either anime or manga?
I think the most hype moment outside of like Demon Slayer season 2, which was like the most hype shit I've seen in years. Rock Lee fighting Gaara.
Rock Lee fighting Gaara. So did you watch it live?
Specifically, oh yeah, live. Specifically,
the dropping of the weights.
Yeah, that's the most hype an entire school district has ever been.
Yeah.
Like in middle school of 2006.
To see that live on Comedy Central, and it was
on
Comedy Central on Adult
Swim. To see
Swim.
that live on the Home Improvement
After
Network.
Talk.0 was so nice. No, to see that live on Adult Swim at like 10 p.m., like on the weekend or something, it was just dust, and you're like, oh my God, it's time.
Yeah, and then to see him just like proceed to rock Gaara's like absolute shit.
When he kicks Gaara so hard, he dabs. That was an absolute iconic moment. I think the most iconic moment I can remember, like looking back at it now, being like, and that I watched live was probably when Crollo does the stance. So Crollo and the Akatsuki during the York New arc, like this is when they remade it. So I was like, I think I might have been like 20 or like 18 when they remade it or something like that. It was like 2011. So not 20 or 18. I'm not that old. But when Crollo's like, let's like start this symphony. Symphony is the word. I was like, let's start the symphony. And like the Akatsuki are just destroying the entirety of York New. It is one of the most iconic moments in history, as he's just standing there watching like the Phantom Troop just ravage an entire city.
Did you say the Akatsuki?
I keep doing that. I keep saying the Akatsuki and Hunter x Hunter.
For a second, I was like, oh, are we talking about Naruto?
Yeah. So no, when Crollo like begins and he's like, let's begin our night and like begin this, because they just killed Ugavin. Like this is right after Kurapika kills Ugavin, and they're just like rallying against this entire city as revenge for the death of a friend. And it is this gorgeous, like fulfilling, like just like gory moment where they're just ripping hunters apart. Jeez. So sick. So I would have to say most hype event that I've lived through probably got to be that.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty good.
And that's it for us. We went a little long this week because, obviously I had to become a millionaire, and I did, which is awesome. Super stoked to see Toph on the show. We're going to have her on probably next week.
Untrue.
We'll shoot that DM as soon as we can. I've been Nicholas Connor. Thank you guys for watching or listening wherever you are. We're seeing growth in the podcast every week, which is absolutely massive. It's surprising to both me and Danny that people would want to watch us yell at each other for almost 2 hours a week. But we appreciate you guys. If you want to support us in any other way, YouTube membership is a great way to go about it. You get to watch the podcast live. When me and Danny do get our merch store finally up and running, you get 15% off merch. On top of that, you get cool stickers and emotes and all those to spam into our YouTube channel so everybody knows you are legitness. Outside of that, a great way to support us, to follow us on all the other platforms like TikTok, where Otakus Anonymous. And maybe if you go over, you can help Danny thumbnail videos do a little bit better. Just click them, watch them 3 or 4 times, get that watch time up. If you want to ask us questions, Otakus Anon on Twitter is a great place to do that. Also, Otakus Anonymous podcast at gmail.com if you want to reach out to us in a more direct manner. Follow us on Reels. On Instagram. And I'm Nick, also known as NCMer23 / the Weeb Commander. Thank you guys for being here. Daniel.
I'm Danny, also known as Danny on my YouTube page. And that Nick said all the things, and he also lost the game. So
I did not lose the game. And I will be vindicated.
Even if Toph shows up, Probably not next week.
Absolutely next week, guys. Put it in the comments. I just say we want talk.
We
want talk.
It's okay. It doesn't matter what you want. You know, people lose who wants to be a millionaire all the time. And even if they go, I want to be a millionaire, they don't get to.
But what if they said, give me the million?
What if they put the bag on the counter?
Can you give me the $1 million?
Can I be a millionaire?
Can you give me For those of you not watching, we put our finger guns into our shirts.
True.
But yes, thank you guys so much for watching and or listening this week. We love you.
Bye.
Mwah.